Hello, everyone. It's your girl in the house. Happy Friday. I always get excited when it's Friday evening. No more work. You can chillax and do what you want to do. It's amazing. Today, I just wanted us to have a chit chat about life, about some of the things that we need to take care of early so that by the time we hit the ages of 40, when people have led us into believing that life starts at 40, life begins at 40, we tell ourselves those things to make ourselves feel better, kind of like consolation prize, kind of like something to comfort you. But the truth about it is that your life actually begins from your 20s. The decisions that you make in your 20s, or the lack of it, is what informs how your 40s and 50s are going to be like. And by the time you hit 60s, your body is giving up on you. And now you're living a life full of regrets. This morning I put up a post, and it basically said that youth is blunder. Yeah, mid-age is a struggle, and old age is full of regrets. What does that even mean? You're born, you're raised by your family. If you're like me, a very strict set of parents. There's so many things you're not allowed to do. And through your teenage hormonal years, you think, oh, my mom is a pain in the bum. My dad is this. They're too hard on me. Why can't they just let me be? And so you can't wait to leave home. I couldn't wait to leave home. I couldn't wait to finish school so I could put chemicals in my hair and permit and have all, enjoy the life. I couldn't wait to do none of that. 18 came. I finished high school. Like everybody else, I had this huge afro on my head, like 6-inch thick, jet black hair. Couldn't wait to put chemicals in it so I can stretch it out and, look really pretty. I did all of that. And I thought that was the life, like I was going to get some kind of factor from it, but I still felt the same. Then you're in university where, you have lectures. You can choose whether you want to go or not. As long as you're passing your exams and your mid-semester exams and all of those things, who gives a toss what you do? And so you think the world is your oyster, You're young, you're pretty, everything is where it needs to be. You have all kinds of men chasing you around. If you're a guy, you're handsome looking, women are giving you the look. Hello, my darling sister Ablan, how are you doing? Chijoke, how are you? Sister Trudy, Sister Roxy, everybody hiding behind the scenes. Good evening to everybody from wonderful Calgary, Alberta, Canada. So you think the world is all yours. Some of my sisters fall by the wayside, sucked into this whole thing. Oh, blessings from Canada. Great to have you all the way in Cameroon. Why are you not asleep at 2 o'clock in the morning? Yeah. You have all kinds of attention from all sorts of people. And you're so excited. But the fact about it is that when you're a young woman and you're in those 20s and everybody wants to, have a feel of your boobs and your body and everything, and all the men are giving you all the attention and you're so excited, you always in a split moment in your head think that you're going to have that same body for the rest of your life. You don't realize that time is going to catch up with you. Those same boobs and nyash and everything that everybody wants to have a feel of in a few years. Buy one, get one free even. There'll be no more attention. Nobody is interested anymore. And so, my lovely, in your youthful days, those 20s, those are the critical times of your life. I don't care what anybody else says. the truth about it is that the critical times of your life are also back same in those same 20 years, late teens, early adulthood. Those are when the important foundations of your life need to be laid. If you don't spend time in school, if that's what, floats your boat, if you're good academically, if you don't focus on your education and do it to a high degree so that at least at the end of the month, you can feed and clothe yourself, but you follow your beauty. The fact that somebody as old as you are is telling you that you're beautiful, they like you. And I said it this morning that there's no man who will tell you you're ugly. Because if they do that, they're never going to get in between your legs. So they'll tell you what you need to hear to be able to do that. So if you're deceived by those things and you fall for it, then you're just wasting your own time. There are also some of my sisters on the other side who, wooed by older men. And you think you're all that, he finds me attractive, he takes me out, he sponsors my flights abroad, he takes me to Dubai, he buys me all the nice things, yeah. But you're just his play toy. By the time you've enjoyed all of that and caught up in all of that euphoria, you're hitting your 30s. All the guys that are your age mates that you could have started a life with, God bless you, darling. All the guys that will be interested in you, your age mates that you may also want. Yeah, they may be broke and penniless at that time. But when you see a guy that has a vision and potential, if you, put your eyes to the ground and your ears to the ground long enough, you know who they are. If you don't follow, all the trimmings and you just keep your head and your eyes on the prize, you can pick out who is serious from who isn't. He may not have a dime to his name now, but 10 years from now, you can see that person's destiny changing. But no, we want ready-made. We want it now. We want the fun now. We want the money now. So yeah, we chase after somebody old enough to be your father, if not even your grandfather. Spoil somebody else's marriage so that you can have what you want. And some of my brothers too, because it's not just the ladies who mess about with their youth. You spend all your time smoking Igbo so that you can be, physically fit enough to do 12 rounds all night long when you should be studying. Chasing every woman in skirt in town. Yeah, so that you can win. There are some people today that I know personally who would tell me that if sleeping with women would qualify them to have whatever level of academics, PhDs, Masters in Bachelor of Science, Master of Science, they should have it plastered around their walls because they've had their life. They felt boobs, they felt nyashis in their lifetime. But today, they have nothing to show for that kind of life. That thing that they thought, made them the dawn. Like, when you come to this particular area, I am the one, I'm the one that decides which woman I'm going to be with today. Where is all of that today? Some people are 6 foot under, didn't even make anything of themselves. Because by the time they hit their midlife, when everything should have been sorted out, now comes the real struggle of life, midlife crisis, living paycheck to paycheck, having to deal with children and maybe some wife or baby mamas and all kinds of drama. The reality of life sets in. And this is where we get so sad and upset and console ourselves by saying that life begins at 40 when actually life begins in your early 20s, late teenage into adulthood. those are when the foundations of your life, that's when the script of your life is being written. And if those scripts and chapters aren't written right, it sets everything else in motion. And a lot of the times it's difficult to pick up the pieces, because by the time you hit your 40s, I don't know about a lot of people that are watching us, but I'm in my 40s and I'll tell you, it's not easy. By this time, your body has started breaking down already. Joint pain, back pain, this pain, that pain, this hurts, that doesn't hurt. The stresses of life, the reality of life is hitting you hard. Trying to keep up with everything going, all the bills needing paying. But you know, the sad thing is that when you're in those youthful ages and your parents are telling you, I've lived this life before you, my brother, my son, knuckle it down and study now. If you have this business, set it up now. Stop messing about with friends, drinking, smoking, and doing all those things. Do we listen? No. We don't listen because, you know, we have all those years. You know, I'm only in my 20s. Auntie Elaine, how are you doing? We have all those years ahead of us. What's the point? Sister Faith, how are you doing? My brother Edwin, how are you? And we spend all the time doing the things that don't matter. And then you hit the midlife and things are happening and you wish you could go back in time and fix some of the silly things that you were doing back at that time. And you can't. And so you continue with your struggling. Some people don't even learn the lessons in the Middle Ages. They're still messing about and creating much bigger messes going forward. Having children with different women because you think now you've made it, you know, you're successful, you have it all. After all, I'm strong, you know. A man can't just have one farm. You have to have lots of gardens. You know, you have to feel the life. So you're feeling the life. There's so many of my sisters too. You've allowed all these people to play games with you, squeeze the living daylights out of the different parts of you. You followed all of it, and all of a sudden, now you're 40. Oh. Nobody is squeezing and catching feeling anymore. So who is going to want me? So now you're running around chasing other people's marriages, other people's husbands. You don't mind being a side piece to somebody else because, you know, body no be firewood now. So you have to catch the feeling somehow, some way. My brother, you spent all those years when you should have been focusing on the things that matter, trying to, you know, map out a strategy for your life. You spent it all with boys. Charlie, make we go smoke some joints, then take, you know, this chick, blah, 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 and do all of that. You're smoking, you're drinking, you make little money instead of saving it and using it for the things that matter. Chasing women. Smoking Igbo and drinking alcohol. And now, you think that that is going to mask the pain that you're feeling, but it's all temporary. And sometimes it's so sad that the people that come from humble backgrounds, that you expect that they want to map out a strategy. Oh, my brother Nana Bafo, how are you doing? Sister Christine and Sister Jane, how are you? MFA, how are you doing? You're doing all these things because, you know, you've got time. There's time. I'm only 20. After all, I'm only 31. You know, I have time. Really. So you're mucking about and doing all kinds of things. My brother, let me tell you something today. Something that is a secret that a lot of you may not know. Let me tell you. Do you know that in this life that we are like this, that we are seeing, there's so many different forces that make this world make sense. Some of them, yeah, we've been taught in classroom, but there's also the behind the scenes orders of life. And it's not everybody's daughter that you will sleep with and do whatever you want to with and get away with it and go scot-free. If you don't know, I'm telling you, you won't do it and get away with it. Yeah, maybe on the face of it, I don't chop am, leave am. Yeah. But now you're in your 40s. You've tried everything. Everything. And your life just seems to not amount to anything. It's like you're just at a roundabout and you're just going round and round in circles and nothing is happening good for you. That same body count that was making you the dawn of your area. You know, everybody, this man, if you're looking for somebody that all the fine girls are chasing, this is the man. Today, what do you have to show for it? And let me advise you here. Because sleeping around and sharing your body parts with everybody doesn't get you very far in this life. That's the truth. My brothers, it's not only the women who need to cover up and zip up. You too must do the same. You see, when you love yourself enough and every part of your body matters to you, like you really regard yourself. You stand in a mirror, you can undress yourself if you like. Take a good look at yourself. And if you respect what you see, it's not just any place that you take your precious self to and go and be, dishing it out just anywhere. It's not written on anybody's faces, it's true. Doesn't matter how many pots you dip that spoon in. It's true. But some of the indelible marks that are left take a lifetime for you to recover from. And as I said, it's not every human being that you would just, let me just chop am then left am. No. Some souls and some spirits are very forgiving. Let's just let him be. And not everybody is like that. And it's not written on the face. There's no art to tell the mind's construction or the heart's construction on the face. All you're seeing is the face, the smile. So you're just dipping it everywhere, having anybody you think you can have. After all, what? All die be die. Everybody could fit die one day. Yes, it's all true. But must your own death be a painful death? Must it be painful? We all have one shot at this life. What are you going to be remembered by, my brother? Is it going to be that young man who was a palm wine tapper's son that broke all the odds to become somebody, respectable somebody in your own family? Or are you just going to follow what your forefathers and your predecessors did? My uncle had 10 wives and 20 concubines. So I must also, it's a family thing. The thing, it's in our family. I can't do anything about it. So let me just follow tradition. My sister, where are you going? This junction of yours, must every road, must every vehicle cross your own junction? Must it be every spoon that must be seeing your pot? And how much meat is inside the pot and how deep the pot is? Today you're beautiful. It's true. Very beautiful woman. But after everybody has had their own feel of you, who should now come and take? Who should now take over what everybody else has had? Community toto that everybody has had. Now you want somebody to come and package and take him to his house. But when you're dignified and you save yourself and you respect this body that you have, you're not doing it for him. You're doing it for your own self. Because guess what? When the cookie crumbles, my sister, now you alone know. it will be only you carrying that belly. 2 people don't play game, but only one person, they carry evidence. One person is carrying the evidence for something that both people enjoyed. Or maybe you don't even enjoy some, but you allowed him to, And you're not the only one. Oh. Your pot is not the only one that spoon has been taking meat from. It's not written on the face. Today, when you talk about things like HIV and STDs, people think, oh, but you're being so, why are you being so colo? What is this? This thing that is now has retroviral drugs and, everybody is, what is this? Why are you talking about this issue? Did you know that HIV is on the rise in Africa again? Did you know that? Did you know that today in Ghana, 2 to 3 out of 10 people are probably HIV positive? And do you think it's a joke? Retroviral drugs, do you know how much they cost? Do you think you get the best of the best with no money? Because even in medication, there are different brands. It's your pocket that decides which one you're going to get. If you're poor, like a church mouse, you get no-name brand that has all the harmful side effects that will just keep you barely alive, but not well enough to do anything. Sometimes you're even better off not being here anymore. That is the truth. And if you don't get HIV, there's still hepatitis B, which is even worse than HIV. Why? It destroys your liver, and you only have one. And when it's destroyed it to a certain point, it can't even regenerate itself anymore. So guess what? 6 foot under, prematurely. That's where you're going. If you don't have that, syphilis and gonorrhea, they are not funny things to have. They can make you sterile too. I hope you know that. And if it's not that, it's herpes and all the other things. Those are the physical sides of things. Do you know that there are some people, you sleep with them and everything in your life don't scatter. You can work all you want. You will never have money. It's as if they've dug a hole, a pit in your home pocket. As soon as money comes, some problem will come. And you spend it all dealing with that issue. Today, there are some people who nobody can even diagnose what their illness is. But they can't sit in and amongst people anymore because they stink. And they can't sit in the public, all because of somebody that they went to do mama and papa with that they should have never bothered with in the first place. My brother, my sister, we all have feelings. We all have nerves and blood in our, everywhere. But you don't just look at somebody physically, what you're seeing, and conclude that that is all there is. If I've slept with 100 men, there's nothing on my face that is showing you that that's what I've done. So maybe you are the 101st man that is coming that I'm sleeping with. Anything I have from the other 100 people, you are getting it too. Is it really worth it? That risk you are taking, is it worth it? And my sister, you can tell me all you want, but I can use protection. What is it? So are you trying to tell me I shouldn't enjoy my life? Oh, enjoy it. Enjoy your life. But I'm telling you, you use condom today. If you're lucky, next week you will use it. But one day you just think, oh, I'm in my safe period. I can't get pregnant. This thing, I've checked. When I looked at my calendar, I think my period is like 2-3 weeks away. Yeah. You do it once without nothing. The brother enjoys it, you know, skin to skin. Yeah, it's a job now. Let's do it that way. Now he doesn't want to use no protection anymore. And you don't have any way of knowing whether he or she is the only person that is visiting the place, or there are other people that have also rented space in that same house, in that same room, in that same pot. There are different spoons, fork, knife, cutlery entering that same pot of yours. You don't know. But he told me, but he promised me, but she looks so innocent, you know. There's no mind, there's no art to tell the mind's construction in the face. People look very innocent, but they're the most deadly that you can ever come across. There's a man today wailing, weeping, gnashing his teeth. Why? One girl was taken advantage of and gang raped. And when that happened, one of them gave her HIV. And so she's on a mission, because she has nothing but hatred for men. So she's dishing out what has been given to her, because she knows she ain't going to make it that long. So she's dishing out what was given to her to anybody that will have it. And she's a very beautiful woman. So a lot of men, yeah, falling victim to that very thing. My brother, my sister, youth is definitely blunder. Don't let anybody deceive you into thinking, oh, life is short. Charlie, make we go enjoy. Yeah, it's true. But in that enjoyment, please apply a little bit of that. It will save you a lot of drama. You may be that innocent boy. You've never done anything before. Your parents shielded you and everything. And now you live abroad. You're a student. You're whatever. You have the freedom to pick and choose what to do. You're so free. You don't know what to do with your time. That's one time that somebody says, oh, let's go and smoke a joint and let's have fun. You don't even know what they've laced that thing that you're smoking. You don't even know what is in there. Everybody goes to bed. Only you don't wake up. You cut your life short. All the toilings and the investment that was made in you to become somebody, cut short by one act of foolishness. My brother, if you're watching me today, I beg, make una share this video. Let's make some noise on social media with this video. Social media can't just be about every day we're messing about, we're shouting, we're screaming, insulting people and gossiping and backbiting. No, it should also be a place where we entertain ourselves, but we're also having and learning lessons that are going to help us in our life. Virtuous Hope. Mwah. Sister Barbara, how are you doing? Please share this video. I beg of you. It doesn't cost you anything. Just have to press a share button and just share the video on your personal profile page. You don't know who needs to hear this message today. So please share this video. I'm not seeing no love hearts. I'm not seeing anything. I don't like thumbs up. Blue. Nah. The love hearts. Yeah, that's what gives me energy. Keep them coming. I love it so much. Please, let's engage with this video. If you have something you want to say, say it. That's just how the algorithm on social media pushes this video. Maybe you've been watching me all this time. You've never said anything. You haven't done anything to support this page. Just come and get all the nuggets. And then that's the end of the story. Today, make an exception. and share this video for me, please. And God will bless you. Share this video. My sister, you are very beautiful. God made you beautiful for a reason. It's not to become second fiddle to just about anybody. Today, because of somebody's husband that you chased back then, there's so many things that you've been asking for and it's not happening. Because that crying that you made that man's wife cry that time, those tears are still speaking for her against you because of something that you did knowingly. There's actually a very funny story about a side chick who was taking somebody's husband and took the husband of this person to a prayer camp so that the two of them can pray for the wife of the man to pass on so that she can take his place. Very funny. My sister, nothing can replace using these two things here, 10 fingers, to work for your own self. Something that you control. And not muck about with something that belongs to somebody else and think that you are going to get away with it. Hard work, it pays. It's painful, it's tedious, but it pays. And guess what? It carries with it this kind of peace of mind that nothing can buy. And so when you've laid the foundations of your youth around this time, Mr. Marciano, how are you? When you've done it around your 20s, consistently, meticulously, painfully, saving money, living for tomorrow, not mucking about with people that don't matter, people that even envy you and want to cut your life short. Weren't we here a few months back, just before Christmas, when word broke that a young man who had done most of his formative education in Ghana and finally joined his parents in the States and was working in Massachusetts in their stock exchange, just decided to go back home and celebrate his 34th birthday with his friends. Those that he went to high school with, he hasn't seen them in years. Oh, I just want to go home and see them. And he never made it back. Only in a body bag. Because they had a housewarming party. He had rented a place. There were 13 other people there. And one of them decided that you're doing too well. You, this boy that I taught maths. When we're in school, you're even coming second to last. You two, who are you? Didn't think that this boy deserved who he was now. And so between those 13 friends, that boy is not alive anymore. 34th birthday, taken and life cut short. A family grieving, parents heartbroken. That's the end of it. And so, you know, when people are telling you what your friends, know who your friends are, you know, focus on your education, set up your business, mind the things that matter to you in your youth. Adults know what they're talking about. They've seen things you haven't seen yet. Me, most of my friends are 10, 15, 20 years older than me. I don't have a lot of friends that are my age. I don't enjoy their company. Because what are they going to talk about that is of interest to me? The woman that they slept with and they went and they met somebody and a man smiled at them and they had a good time. It's none of my business. I don't care. I want to hear from the older folk because they have all the nuggets. You can sit and relax with them and have a jolly good time. And that's what is really going to shape your life and give you the nuggets that you need to navigate this wicked world. People are smiling at you, but they don't really give a toss about you. That is the plain gospel truth. So by the time you hit your middle ages now, you have nothing. Suddenly it dawns on you that, hey, if I don't do something now you're struggling, you're running, helter-skelter, trying to do everything humanly possible to make it work. But the addition is not adding up. Your body is failing you. They've given you so much hours of overtime, you can't even do it because the body must sleep. There are only 24 hours in a day. Some of us are working round the clock. We don't sleep. And one day we go sit somewhere and we just don't wake up because we're overworking ourselves. When it mattered, when we should have been doing that, we were busy chasing rubbish. And now we're struggling to do the things that we should have been doing when we had the ability to do it. And then guess what? When you get to your latter years, then your whole life is being played in front of you. And you're seeing the folly, the nonsense things that you did that didn't make any sense at all. It's now playing back to you. And you wish you could go back in time and right those wrongs. But you can't because the time, guess what, has passed. There's so many of us who wish we could go back 20 years and correct some of the things that we know now. I wish they hadn't happened then. But guess what? The time has passed. You can't go rewind. It's always forward ever. That's it. So if you're a young person and you're listening to me today, please don't let anybody tell you lies from the pit of hell that life begins at 40. By 40, if you don't know what you want, if you're now doing struggle life, God help you. It's not easy. Your whole body is aching. Everything you can think about is aching. And you still have to go because you can just see retirement in the horizon. And if you don't do the needful and you get to that place, there shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. You know, we have this way of telling ourselves, there's so much time. But today is already the 2nd of February. In some places, it's the 3rd already. Where is the time gone? January of 2024 is gone. We're in February. So where's the time? I still remember when I was 18. And I can't believe it sometimes that a whole 20 plus years have been added onto that. And I'm still going. It's like this big ball and it's just coming at the speed of light down this huge mountain. It's just rolling down so fast. I can't stop it. That's what's happening. It's like a free fall. So my brother, if you're in your 20s now and you're listening to me, change your ways. Prioritize you. Save money. Stop hanging out with other people's sons and daughters whose futures have already been predetermined. You know that your village is not on any map. And you're best friends with the king's son. When the king's son's great-grandson has already been taken care of. And your mother doesn't even have the next meal. Know where your next meal is coming from. My brother. Know where your background is. Know your home. And when big people's children are doing things, you must understand that when it comes down to it, each man for himself, God for us all. When you struggle through life and you've really been through something, and you have the ability to remember where you've been. You don't need anybody to tell you what you must do. But you see, some of us, we quickly forget. When we get into money, we quickly forget who we are, where we've been, what has happened. We forget all the struggle, all the things that we've been through. And we start thinking that we are like those other people, but you're not. This life, there are laws and orders that guard this whole life that you're seeing like that. And so please, spend your youth doing the things that matter. Don't waste it all on things that don't make any sense. Don't waste it all chasing after women and men and drugs and the high and this and that. Because there will come a time, very soon, when you wish you had listened to me. This plain old face, you had listened to me. But at that time, you would wish that Sika would be here telling you what I'm telling you. And I might not be here no more. Who knows? Might be out there doing something else. And so my sister, my brother. Hey, big sis, how are you? Sister Aisha, how are you doing? Sister Christine, how are you? Spend your time doing the things that matter. All those friends, all those things. In a few years, it won't even matter anymore. When I was in primary school, I think I had 450 other classmates. I can count on my fingertips how many of them I still speak to. Some of them, after we left junior high, I've never seen them again. I don't even remember what half of them look like. That's the truth. I don't. Not being horrible. I'm just being factual. I'll probably walk past some of them and not even remember. So yeah, all this noise, all this, all that. When it comes down to it, it's you. Do you know that sometimes you go out with people to do things, and when the police come and there's trouble, they all run away and leave you to face the music for something you never did? There's somebody who went out to a party with his friends. Unbeknownst to him, it was a drug cartel working under the current, doing things that he didn't know about. So whilst the trading was going on, there was music, people were drinking, all kinds of things, and he was just caught up, just having fun. There were so many ladies around, and he was dancing and all of that. He had had a bit to drink. So when they ransacked the place, many of them flew out windows, jumped off building, did whatever and left. He was the only one that was arrested. Arrested for a crime he doesn't even know anything about. He paid the price. 10 years in jail. For something he didn't know nothing about. But he fitted the bill. He looked like me. And so if the others are part of that, then, and you associate yourself with them, you must know what they do. Hello, Max, darling. How are you? So he paid the price for the rest of them. They got away scot-free to do what they wanted. So this life, that's how it is. Know who you are. Everybody can go and steal something. They will never catch them. Only you. You steal something and you are the one that is caught with your hand in the hot pot. So know yourself. We all come from different backgrounds. We are all different people. We're not the same. Your blood type, even identical twins, are not the same. The genotypes are different. So my sister, my brother, mind your own business, oh? Do what will help you, your soul, your person. Invest in you. I'm not saying don't have friends. I've got friends. But the right sort of people. People that you can have adult educational conversations with. It shouldn't just all be mucking about all the time. And there's certain things that just don't interest you when you're when you're serious minded, all this, sleeping around, everybody see your nakedness, you've slept with this one, you've had that one, you've drank this. It doesn't excite you. What is the point of having hard liquor and waking up with hangover, headache for days? What's the point? Short time gain, long time misery. Do you know anybody who has had cirrhosis of the liver? Do you know anybody like that? Because I do. Very painful way to go. Very painful way to go. All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. Very true. But all play and no work makes Jack a very miserable human being. And all this drinking, abusing yourself, that's what you're doing. You're not respecting this body that is carrying you all over the place. It starts with, every evening I just have a thought because if I don't drink, I can't eat. That's how it starts. And before you know it, you brush your teeth with the bottle. And people will be there to tell you, it not be anything, it's nothing, you'll be fine. Oh, don't worry. But your destiny and their destiny, they are not the same. Some people's kidney, it feels like there's a big stone there that swallows all the drink. They're fine. Only you do it and your liver is having issues. Know yourself. And don't just do copy, follow, do things because this one is doing it, so I also have to do it. And this person told me that I should do this. Don't you have a mind of your own? Can't you think and reason for yourself? As I'm sat here now, if I tell you, go and put your gas on and put your hands in it, will you do it? No. So why then should you allow people to decide your future? A future that God has given you. You give that power away to somebody else to reign your whole life. Why? Today, if there are people who would be here and be honest to themselves and to all of us here, there are decisions that you made back then that you wish you had never made because something that you want so badly, now you can't have it. Some yeah man that you met in your teenage that told you that they love you so much. You opened for him. He gave you belly. Told you to go and get rid of it. Today you're married to somebody else. You can't have no children because your tubes are blocked. You had a bad abortion and you've got all sorts of things. So now you can't have children. And you can't even tell the man that that's what happened. Some of my brothers drinking all kinds of concoctions so that you can hammer all night long, action. 12 rounds, 16 rounds, all night long. It never goes lame, Action all night long. Today, you can't even keep it up for 2 seconds because there are all sorts of things that have happened to you. Do you know what priapism is? That some of those things that you've done that gave you long hard-ons then, they've damaged the nerves on your thing. And so now when it matters, Now when you should be shooting proper missiles, no missiles are firing because you spent it all doing silly things back then. My sister, my brother, your life is yours to be had. The road is full of gold and honey and lined with all the nice things. But it's up to you to detect what works for you, deduce who you are, and toe your own line. There is a way that seemeth right unto a man or woman, but the end thereof is complete and total destruction. There's so many people that are 6 foot under today that needn't be there, but are there because of bad friend. You're lying in your bed. Somebody comes and says, oh, jump in the car, make we go here. You jump in the car. That car goes and has an accident. And for some reason, only you are the one who loses your life. If you had just stayed in your bed that day and listened to your parents when your mom was telling you, I have this funny feeling, my son, don't go out today, stay at home. You don't listen. This witch of a mom too, eh? What is it? Can't I just have my own time? My sister, those people that made you think you were all that, they've all left you. Now you're on your lonesome, having to fix and figure out your life going forward. That life begins at 40 lie. Never let anybody tell you. Tell them I said. It's a lie from the pit of hell. If there's anything you can do for yourself, do it when you're young. In your 20s, in your mid-20s, in your 30s. Invest. Do what must be done. Do it, oh. Do it. Because there comes a time when you wish that you had done it, but you didn't. And so when nighttime comes, your old age is just full of regrets. I wish this man never came into my life. None of this would have happened. I wish I had never gone out that day and come across this guy. None of this would have happened. Oh, we can just do this. All you need to do is bring your relative and we can sort it out. Money will never run dry in your hands. Today you become a slave to something because you don't want to do hard work. Hard, but gives you peace of mind. Cutting your coat according to your size. Today's human beings want everything in a fast pace. It has to happen now. Microwave youth. It took your parents 20 years, 30 years, in their 40s, 50s, before some of them even could afford to buy a plot of land because they invested everything that they had in your education. But today when you become somebody, instead of working hard, being content with your lot in life, you've seen somebody with 10 houses, you don't even know what they do to get the 10 houses, but you want it. And you want it now. Some people have never worked a day in their life, oh, but they want Range Rover. They want 4-story building with everything, fully nyanya. You want it. They haven't worked a day in your life. You don't even know what work means. Those are the sorts of people that are alive today. My sister, it's only hard work, oh. It's only hard work. Today there's a young girl. They call all these, how do you call it? People that give themselves to other people to have their way with. They call them celebrities in Ghana. How they came about that name, me, I don't even understand. But that's what they call them. Because they sell their bodies to men with money. So they become celebrities. There's one of them right now. She's called Moisha Budong. It's on social media. If you like, Google her name. It will come up. Fighting for her life. Because of some of the things that I'm telling you. Don't want to work hard. Don't want to struggle. Just want to take things that don't belong to you. And use your, to get it. If Moisha was working innocently, like we are all doing, maybe today she will be alive. Now GoFundMe page is what is out there, looking for people that will sponsor her recovery because she's had a stroke. How this stroke came about, only God knows. I wasn't there. But all the insult and ridicule and all the things that people are saying, she could be saved of all of that if she just did some of the things we're talking about today. There is only one way. Narrow, raggedy, hard, difficult, stressful, but peaceful at the same time. Because there's nobody coming for you. What is the point of gaining everything and not even having the ability to enjoy what you have? What is the point of fake it till you make it? What's the point of that? Enjoy your life just the way it is. If Gary and Shito is all you have, eat it with pride because that's what you can afford. If Gary and peanuts is all that you have, with water, sugar, no milk, enjoy that one. At least you worked hard for it. And nobody is chasing you. But this one that you have to go and have 10 different bullets inside your pot one night. How much money can they give you? And what else are they putting inside of you? Seems like too much work. This one that you have 4 boyfriends, the one who buys you food, the one who pays your house rent, the one who makes your hair, the one who buys you shoes. What kind of thing is that? You're constantly telling lies. You have to lie to this one that you're sick. You fake sickness so that he'll come and give you some money. Then you tell that other one that you had to go to the village to go see your mom. Then they also... What kind of life is that? And the young men, some of you are even giving off your own parents to be used for sacrifice so that you can make money. There is no kindness, there is no humanity, there's like everything called moral is just out the window. And those of us who talk about it, everybody thinks we've lost our minds. We've lost our way so much. And it's so sad. When I was growing up in the late 90s and into 2000s, being a sex worker was so hard. Like, right now it's like the order of the day. I can't even recognize Africa anymore. Can't recognize Ghana, Nigeria. I can't recognize it anymore. When I hear some of the things that come out of those places, I'm so fearful. It's like, is that the same place that I was at? Like, is it the same country? Are we talking about the same kinds of people? So are there any decent, humane, level-headed people left? Like, the youth. What is this? But struggle. We don't want. We want Abenwaha today. We must have it now. And cutting so many lives short. You read the news, 25, gone too soon, 28, 30, 25, 19, 21. Like, sign of the times. So my last word tonight. Youth is blunder. Middle age is struggle. And old age is full of regrets. if you don't set your youth right, and you spend it all committing blunders, you will spend your middle ages trying to right those wrongs. And sometimes, most of the time, those wrongs are difficult to recover from. And so then you move into your old age with your whole life playing out in front of you with things that you wish you had never gotten yourself involved in to begin with. You're a man, you're listening to me, you have one wife and 20 girlfriends. But today, when you get stroke, it is that same poor old woman called your wife that you never spent a night with. The 20 girlfriends that you were busy firing Monday to Sunday, I don't think I'll see any of them wiping your butt when that day comes. So make tactical decisions so that when that day comes, if that day comes, your wife will gladly stand by your side. Wipe your butt with pride. Because when it was good, you enjoyed with her too. Don't think that you can cheat nature and go and, farm all those gardens. And then when wahala don't come, then you suddenly realize you had a wife. She's not a bum wiper. And so when she's leaving you with your children and sending you packing to your family to take care of you, she's not a bad person. Why should she be the bum wiper when your girlfriends were enjoying? Why? A word to the wise. It's enough. I've said my own. You can hate me all you want. You can insult me all you want. It's all fine. The truth is bitter. It's painful. It's hard to hear. But it's still the truth. Work out your own salvation with fear and trembling in your 20s. So that by the time you hit your 40s, you're stabilizing. And your old age can be a time of real joy. You're traveling the world. You're exploring things in your old age because you set the foundations right. Don't do struggle. Don't go doing nonsense in your young years. Build a legacy that people can talk about you for. Remember you for. It won't matter that day how many women you had, how many men slept with you. It won't matter whether you did mosquito style, monkey style, kangaroo style, cockroach style. We don't care. The only thing that stands the test of time is the life that you led and the impact that that life had on everybody around you. Respect your bodies for your own self and for your own good, because you love yourself that much, because you matter that much. And set a high price for your life and yourself. May the heavens bless us all. Please share this video. It's important to me that we share this video. I beg of you, please share this video. Don't just listen to, she makes a lot of noise, she says a lot of things, and this video finishes and you move on to something else. Please share this video. Somebody is counting on you. Somebody's life is dependent on you and hearing this, what I'm saying today. Somebody needs to hear it. So please share this video and thank me later. And God will bless you for what you've done. Thank you so much, my brothers and sisters today. Share this with your brothers, your younger sisters, your nephews, your nieces. They need to hear this right now. Please share the video. I love you all so much. I wish there would be more people that will come up to speak their truth so that people would understand that from experience we speak. Have a fantastic evening and a great weekend. And thank you so much for the love hearts. I love them so much. They're such a comfort to me. Thank you, Facebook family. Thank you, social media family. I love every single one of us. Sister Quinta, Mr. Moses, Jusu, Nemala, Hajia, Olayemi, Sister Angie, Lola, Sister Rose, Temi, Mr. Charles, Fatima, Hajia, Mr. Mark Okafo, Mami Abuna Techua. I love you all so much. If I didn't say your name, it's not because I don't love you. It didn't come up my screen, but I still love you. Have a lovely good night. May the heavens bless you. Look after yourself and see you soon tomorrow with more videos about life. Bye.